Okay, here we are. So what we're going to do today is make a wrapped wreath for Christmas in July. And this is a 14-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree. And remember, we just got this ribbon at Craft Outlet in my last haul, which if you didn't see it, I can link it down below. Now I'm letting my glue gun heat up. So I have done a lot of wrapped wreaths, and I've done them with ribbon, I've done them with burlap, I've done them with yarn, I've done them with yarn and ribbon. In fact, last year we made a really nice wrapped wreath in the yarn and ribbon, and I'm going to do the same technique this year on a candy cane. But I thought I'd try this one. This would make a very pretty Christmassy wreath. So I'm just going to unroll a little bit here. And, okay, I'm going to start by putting a little glue here on the end of this ribbon. And with a silicone mat underneath it, a little glue on the frame here. And just bring this around and hold it. And hold it for a couple of seconds till it gets a little bit sticky-ish. Now I'll come around. Go. And you want to try to make the spacing the same each time. You see the spacing between these two? And this is really an easy wreath for someone to make that makes a very pretty Christmas decoration. Even if you say, I'm not a wreath maker, you can make one of these. If you can wrap, because it would be much easier if you could pull off the yardage that you need for your ribbon and not have to keep maneuvering this great big roll. However, I don't know how much you're going to need. Try to keep it as even as possible. See how that's looking nice and even? All right, I'm going to continue around and I'll get a little bit more put on here and I'll be back. All right, we're getting there. Well, I will, if I can get this around here. Here we go. I just added another piece. And this one should get us pretty good round. Let's see. You have to to be careful. Some of these ends right here on this frame are sharp. They could cut your ribbon, but they could also cut you. And sometimes you just got to straighten it out a little bit. It wants to get puckered. But it's just around and around and around and around. And I'm keeping a pretty good tension on it because I want it to stay tight to the frame. Now see, this would come around to the front again, okay? So what we're going to do is cut it so that it will be in the back. And I just buried my finger piece, so now I have to put a little piece on there. See, that is really looking nice, huh? Get that. If I push this down a little bit, I think I can get the whole thing in. Here we go. So we've got one more little section. All right. Now, if I had been smart, which I wasn't, I would have measured each piece that I cut. And then I would have known how much it was going to take to do this if I did another one. It takes quite a bit of ribbon. And you see I'm holding my thumb here to keep some tension on it. while I'm pulling it through. So it's not curling back on itself. Well, that was about perfect, wasn't it? And there you go, all wrapped. Looks nice. Got a little bump over here, but that's basically that's the frame. Now, you'll see there is one piece here that is wide compared to the others. So we're going to put that right here, and we're going to use that as the starting point for our florals. And it will cover that up. So let me get the florals and get another piece of glue for my glue gun, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got some Christmas greenery here, and we're just going to start putting it on. I'm going to put one right here. As soon as I get glue. And I'm going to have one up here. So we'll get the two outside edges done first. Okay, now we'll do some fill-ins. Let's use this one. It has some pretty red berries on it. I might have that go that way. Now, when I was looking around and I came across a channel, I think the fellow's name is Dave's Wreath and Things, and he'd done a lot of wrapped wreaths, and he'd done a lot of different kinds of wrapping and decorating. But one of the things he did was a couple of different kinds of bows that I've never made like that before. I'm thinking I'm going to put a little of this on too. But let me put the bow first. Now, this is a bow for people who can't tie bows. And this is probably why I've never made one like this before, because I like to tie bows. I got 5 pieces of ribbon that I cut at 10 inches. And I butterflied the ends, okay? Now I'm just going to fold them in half. Let's see if I can get them as even as possible, although they don't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to squish it. Let me get this off my finger. I can squish better. Okay? So now I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and I'm going to go around my little bundle, and I'm going to go to the back, and I'll have the loops on one side and the tails on the other, and I'm going to pull and get it nice and tight. And there's your bow. Well, there you go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to separate these tails out. We got some go this way, some go this way. And then we're going to separate the loops out. And fluffer. I should have 5 loops. Let's see what I get. And I'm just going to take this little piece of pipe cleaner and I'm going to go right around the wreath to the back. Give it a nice tight twist. We'll come back and do a little more fluffing. Well, you know, that's actually quite a cute little bow, isn't it? Let's see if we can put a few little sparkles in here. I don't know if I can get these off. I cut this piece in half. Maybe. Wow, that is pretty, 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 pretty. Now, well, one more thing. I have one more piece of ribbon, and this is also something Dave does, is I'm going to put a piece of ribbon up here and make a hanger out of it. And I want these to be kind of on the side. So first I will take these two pieces of ribbon and glue them together. Then I'm going to bring this around so that the pretty loop is up here. And just going to give it a little zhuzh of glue on the back here so that it kind of stays in the same place. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Let me put it up on the door and see how pretty it really looks hanging up, okay? Look at that. I'll be right back. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is a very pretty wreath. And I love the little florals at the bottom. Let's see if I can zoom in without dropping the camera. And the bow is cute. I might use this in my kitchen, right next to the kitchen door, because the spot I have is quite narrow. And it looks a little like candy cane, and I'm going to do gingerbread. I love it, love it. So get yourself a Dollar Tree frame and some ribbon and just wrap it around and make a really pretty, this is like just one pick that made that pretty floral area. So you need ribbon, a frame, some florals, and glue. And I think you'll really have fun. So that's it for week number 3, Christmas in July. And I'll see you again Thursday for the regular craft day. Until then, Everybody have a great day. Have a great afternoon, evening, night, morning. Everybody say a quick prayer for those folks in the Hawaiian Islands that are about to get hit by a hurricane. I think it's supposed, this is Tuesday when I'm recording this, and I think it's supposed to get there either tonight or tomorrow morning. So we pray that they'll all be fine. Just have a little wet, windy rain. Until then, until I see you Thursday, everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.